Would you like to know how I went from depressed to energized to enthusiastic to empowered? Yes. I started reading the Bible. And in it, I discovered amazing stories about people like me who overcame obstacles, persevered through adversity, and just gleaned wisdom for their life's work with humanity. I want to share with you information I learned about poor communication skills and self-sufficiency that the Tower of Babel story, as founded in Genesis 11, infers. My insight and my goals today is to inspire you to visit and revisit the Bible stories so that you can use it as a resource for wisdom to support or even reinforce your life's work with humanity. Well, the story goes on to talk about how the earth was filled with one peoples who all had one language, and they purposed in their heart to build an impressive city with a tower whose tops would reach the heavens. And they did because they wanted to make a name for themselves and not be spread across the earth. And the Lord came down to look at the tower that man had built and said, "Indeed, the people are one, and they all have one language. Now nothing that they purpose to do will be impossible for them. Let us now go down and confound their language so they will not understand each other and cease the project." The strategy to impact their communication skills did three things. Number one, it sabotaged their organizational goal attainment. Two, it disrupted their project management progress. And three, it halted their high-performing teamwork. It's interesting because I read an article recently provided by the Society for Human Resources Management that reported the survey Robert Grossman did after he interviewed 400 CEOs of companies that had about 100,000 employees apiece. He discovered that it cost those companies $62.4 million a year due to the poor communication skills of their employees, upwardly, downwardly, and laterally. Isn't it interesting that now we have social science research in the modern day that offers empirical data to substantiate the information that I gleaned from the Tower of Babel story? And you're probably wondering, well, why was there an intervention needed for that project in the first place? I'll tell you. The people's intentions were faulty. Their goal was to be not spread across the earth. Their goal was to contain their skills. At the time, the project happened in Mesopotamia, which is ancient day Babylon, current day Iraq, about 85 kilometers south of Baghdad. That's the site for the most modern inventions that we still use today. The invention of the wheel, the development of mathematics, astrology, agriculture, just amazing innovations happened in that area. And they couldn't contain that. That's knowledge that has to be shared, that has to be spread. So the intervention was needed. Because as you know, we are at our best when we serve others from a place of generosity. So I'd like you to consider, as you endeavor to impact your world through your speaking businesses, one speaking engagement at a time, let the meditation of your heart and the words of your mouth be acceptable in His sight all the time, because there's an automatic anointing for your success there. And not only will you bless, you'll most definitely impress. Thank you.